Today's speaker is Dr. Luis Velazquez. He will share with you how one thing changed the course of his life and might change the course of your life. The one thing that will help you conquer your deepest fears and cope with change. Dr. Velazquez is not strange to fear and change. He was born in Guatemala in extreme poverty, grew up in the middle of a violent civil war, found his way out legally to the U.S., where he obtained a BS, MS in Florida, and also an MBA in Iowa, and a double PhD from Michigan State University, where he has become an assistant professor of fungal genetics. He survived a brain tumor, but unfortunately, neither his marriage nor his professional career did. He even considered suicide, but he found the one thing that changed his life. As a result of that one thing, he had reinvented himself several times. As an executive of a boutique consulting company doing global work, he has lived, worked, and visited 36 countries. As an entrepreneur, he has built 3 companies. One was sold, one went bankrupt, and one he currently operates. As an avid endurance athlete, he has completed over 100 marathons and ultramarathons, some at the 100-mile range. He has also completed 9 Ironman triathlons and a few other endurance events. He doesn't remember the exact number. As a family man, he is happily married with 2 beautiful children. He married up, he said. He currently operates a leadership coaching company. He coaches executives at Google, Twitter, Genentech, locally and across the world. He is also a leadership facilitator at Stanford University School of Business. So, are you ready to know the one thing is? Yeah. Please welcome Dr. Luis Velazquez.
It was dark, cold, and a very sad night. I was sitting on my kitchen floor, crying my ass out. That day, I was going to kill myself. Just 2 years before, I was a thriving professor of fungal genetics at Michigan State University. I had reached the pinnacle of my dreams, professional dreams. But then I was diagnosed with a brain tumor, and my world fell apart. All of a sudden, I couldn't work anymore. My doctor told me, you have to accept your new reality. And that reality was that I was not going to work anymore, nor I was going to walk straight anymore. And that night, I found out that my wife was going to leave me. In fact, she already left. I was devastated. I had no reason to leave, no support system. And I was thinking, how am I going to kill myself tonight? How? And then an image appeared in my head. And it was the picture of my mother. At that moment, I realized that I couldn't do that to her. I couldn't. At that moment, I realized that what she signified for me was bigger than my life itself. So I decided to get better. My why was my mother. I needed to get better. And at that moment, my getting better signified that I needed to get my health back. So I started doing what the doctors told me. Start walking, start exercising, etc., etc. And all of a sudden, I started doing that. So if they told me to walk 2 blocks, I will walk 10. If they told me to walk 10, I will do 50. And the blocks just turned into miles, and then all of a sudden I was running. And I ran my first marathon, my second marathon, and it became an addiction. That was 100 marathons ago. But here is the thing. Because I was running, other aspects of my life started to change. My relationships got better. I found an incredible doctor that helped me navigate the system and health system here in California. She was so good that I fired her, and then I married her. My business partners, I met them because I was running. My self-confidence came back because now I was taking more risks just because I was running. But it wasn't running. It was just focusing on one thing. And that is the point of this conversation today, is that a complex problem doesn't have to have a complex solution. You just have to focus on one thing and one thing alone. In the introduction this morning, we met, how do you say your name again? Wong? And he said that focusing on public speaking was the one thing that changed his life. And that's what I discovered. Running changed my life. So my question to you is, what is the one thing that you can do that can change your life? And it works for companies, for teams, and organizations. In teams, in organizations, have you heard of that company that says, connecting the world? That is Facebook. They focus on just one thing. I'm coaching a CEO that needed to change his management style to take his company up. And he started focusing on one thing, respecting his direct reports. So, running was my thing. His thing was public speaking. What is the thing that you need to do to change your life, to cross your ocean? Thank you.
Thank you.